Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the life path reading for life path number 7. Life path 7s, you guys are the mystics. The majority of your world, when we're talking about where you put your energy, takes place within as opposed to without. You're very knowledgeable and logical, intuitive, introspective. And so, you decode the physical life, the 3D life, by going within and sorting through information to find the answers. You are the seeker. All right. And so your life path tells you about the opportunity that you have in life. And so based on that number, you are the mystic, the seeker. You hold knowledge, you understand how to tap in and how to receive knowledge. Alrighty. First card is Stand Still. And so there's another card in this deck that is similar. So this is Stand Still. This is something that you are being asked to do right now. You are being asked to not take action. And so I feel like there's more information that you need to know, right? And information, like that's your thing. And so there's more seeking and understanding in order for you to take whatever this next step is or progress through whatever is ahead. This picture takes place in a swamp, and most often you're unable to see where your next step will be. If you were to look down in the water, you have no idea. And so being a 7, I think that's very much like the real world for you. When you're navigating the world, when you look around, you don't see what you want to see. And so you go within to understand where that step should be, where it should take you. And so this is a situation in where you are called to expand and to tap into the energies that you just naturally have. Next card is New Beginnings. And so maybe you are at a halt. Maybe things have kind of almost stopped. It seems like, life has slowed down. It's in slow motion. Nothing's progressing. But this standstill means something. We'll discover what that is. But this standstill means something. And so you need to be aware. You need to be open, be receptive. You need to embrace and prepare to receive information. So I think about the fool's energy in this standstill position, just really emptying out yourself and being willing to have spirit fill you with the knowledge and the insight that you need. This new beginning seems like it has come to you after a period of, it will say, challenge. And I say that because in the front of the card, we have, it's like a valley, it's dark, but then if you just look out beyond the horizon, then you see the sunrise, the sky lightens. And so I feel like there's a transition. This new beginning is going to reveal some type of threshold that you're crossing over, right? And so this next experience, this new beginning brings something connected to your enlightenment. Right. And so there's information that you are learning and needing in order to step into this new beginning. And that's what's coming to you. And the darkness talks about where you've come from. And so that's the place where, we were without knowledge. We were ignorant. We didn't know something, but discovery is here. This new beginning, this enlightenment, this understanding, whatever this information is, we have happiness, we have dolphins, we have sun. It's just energetically uplifting. And so this is where this new energy takes you. Life will feel light and free and fluid, and it'll appear to be very simple. And easy. You won't feel resistance, and you won't be inclined to resist or to push or to go against the way life is. Everything will just kind of flow together. And so that's the energy that's coming to you. But right now things, again, maybe without motion. The extra card we had come out was protection. And so just like this tree is in the open field, there's lightning in the sky, a clear target, right? It seems like without a doubt, this tree will get struck by lightning. The odds are against it. based on, the image in the card. But protection says that no matter what circumstances are, no matter what your surroundings, your environment, no matter what you're hearing, no matter what you're thinking will happen to you, that won't happen because you have a protection that comes from above, it comes from the other side, beyond the veil. And so trust in that in the times when you lack the awareness that you really hope to gain. Trust in your own protection. Spirit works with us, for us, and not against us. And in times when we feel like spirit is working against us, it's because we are learning something. We are leveling up. It's a lesson. It's a challenge that we are soon to overcome. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, illumination. Well, look at that. So we talked about this new beginning, brightening up, bringing some type of knowledge and awareness. And we also talked about that's why this standstill, this pause is necessary, because you're gaining something. And so illumination is confirmation. So the current opportunity, the current space that you are in right now is offering you the ability to expand, to learn something, to gain something, to grow. So be open to that, because your happiness is at the other end of that experience. So this standstill, next to standstill, we have transformation. It says a significant life experience that requires changes to be made, powerful and often unexpected revelations, breaking free of procrastination, releasing old belief systems. And so it's in this standstill where it seems like nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, we cannot see what is beneath, we cannot see what's below. But it is below, it is in our subconscious, it is in everything. We are programmed by our families, our friends. Since birth, we are giving a program in which we have attached our identity. It teaches us who we are, what we should think, what we should believe, how we should show up in the world. And so this transformation is really crumbling down all things that you absorb that really don't reflect you. Right? Because if you are going to be illuminated, there are some aspects of self. Some programs need to be updated. Some just won't ever be created again. They no longer exist. They're obsolete. And so that's what this transformation is for you. It's a purging. And even when it looks like nothing's happening within you, the shadow side, the other aspect of self, where we tend to tuck away pain or trauma or run or hide from experiences or have trouble accepting them. It's in those areas where this transformation is taking place, right? And this is the final push before we get to this next phase, which is you becoming and stepping into the energy of the high priestess, right? And so you're getting rid of all the things that no longer are there to assist you. They serve no purpose as you level up. And so now you're in this purging. So that is your requirement in this standstill. It's a spiritual transformation, right? Changes need to be made. And so how long you stay in this situation of nothing happening is really up to you, and the rate at which you put the work in, and the focus and the intention that you really make the changes. And so everything is in your own timing. So take your time, be sincere about your story, your journey, and be intentional about what you are about to embrace. So out with the old and in with the new. Don't be fearful. Do it afraid, right? Breaking free of anything holding you back, because now is the time. So illumination brings a new beginning, and this new beginning puts you in the energy of the high priestess, which is so fitting for a 7 who is intuitive and who's the mystic and who just knows, and they have knowledge and they seek knowledge. They possess wisdom, and they have influence, but this is the energy that you are leveling up into. Thank goodness to the transformation that you set into motion. It says, meditate and turn inward to discover your soul's true journey. This is not the time for action. Develop your intuitive gifts and trust the wisdom you receive. So this wisdom, something coming to you, this is the illumination, right? This is what you should be expecting. knowledge. You're going to learn something. Um, you're going to learn something that is coming from spirit. It is directly connected to your soul's desire, right? And so these physical bodies, these have expiration dates, but the beautiful thing is that the soul is eternal and everlasting. And so in this story, you are walking in this existence, and your existence is about to level up because your soul is bringing and seeking and needing knowledge. It's needing to know something to advance you. And so now is the time. And for you physically in this 3D world, that looks like you becoming the high priestess, preparing for this new beginning. That's the energy that you're in. Next to happiness, we have the Two of Pentacles. And so two in numerology, it talks about harmony and balance. It talks about the duality of energies, but it also talks about being able to cooperate, being able to adapt. When it's your energy and the energy of another, as a two, you know how to almost mold yourself around the energy of others because you're just diplomatic, you know? You prefer peace and balance. Now, in this card, the Two of Pentacles, we don't see things stable. Things are not balanced. And so this talks about experiencing some type of instability in life. Now, normally when we're talking about pentacles, you know, that's a tangible thing. So that represents 3D life. That's typically work, career, finance. And so when you're thinking about your work life or the energy that you commit to work and what your return is, there seems to be a lot of energy going out, but not enough coming in for you to feel like you can find a rhythm and be fluid and stable. It says working too hard or multiple jobs, the need to bring balance and fun into your life, juggling multiple priorities, balancing the budget. So what's blocking your happiness is not being able to schedule it, you know, to have it play a role in your life because you're consumed by other things. And so spirit is saying be intentional about your own happiness. The beautiful thing is that this new beginning, it includes a happiness package, right? It includes the add-on. And so any instability that you have faced or that you're currently going through can be equalized by the energy of the high priestess. And this is gaining the inner knowing that helps you not only balance life within you, but also your life without. And as you're shifting and changing and transforming, sometimes it's not a pretty picture. So instability is what we'll see. At the bottom of the deck, we have the dreamer. Now in traditional tarot, this is the fool. We have a new start. Trust yourself. Push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. So we talked about as you transform, you need to break free of procrastination. And typically we slow ourselves down or we refuse to move forward because we have fears. And I mentioned to do it afraid, right? In order to break free, you just have to push past. Easier said than done, but I'm just offering. And so in this new start, it's about trusting yourself. No matter the failures, no matter the falls, no matter the challenges and obstacles that you don't feel you were successful at in the past, that's not an indication of where you will land in the future. And so this new beginning, it really happens soulfully for you. It's happening for the benefit of your soul, but mentally and emotionally, you have to believe in this. You have to trust yourself in order for this to be authentic and to bring you happiness. It requires you to show up to this experience in a certain way. And I mean energetically, right? And so what you want, you have to vibrate at that. You really have to believe in this new beginning that's coming to you because your happiness is tied into it. Stability will be gained, and overall clarity. Okay. Okay. So here we go. So push yourself, take a leap of faith. Okay, sevens, this new beginning is for your advancement. First card is Temperance. So that talks about balance, it talks about harmony, peace. We've got the angel with one foot on land and one foot in the water, and this talks about duality. life on land and life below. So that's, the physical world versus the spiritual, the emotional world, or that's above and below, you know, on this side of the veil and on that side. But nonetheless, it's really harmonizing the energies within you in a very conscious and intentional way, realizing that that is required of you. Now, Ten of Swords, this is being at the end of something that seems to have been very painful, right? It seems to have made you feel like there's no coming back, right? This is that rock bottom type feeling. And those moments are necessary to wake us up and to bring us some level of discomfort, because it is in our discomfort that we grow, we change, we shift, because we are so eager to find like our happy space, our sweet spot, right? And so we don't prefer discomfort, but we need it. We need it. We wouldn't be us if we didn't have the moments in life that didn't feel great. At the bottom of the deck, oh, Empress, beautiful. So the Empress is about a new beginning. An Empress is about creating. This is about birthing and fertility. And so this is the energy that you're in. This is the energy that you are walking in, the energy that you're carrying and possessing. You are about to, this is also an energy of a mother, a very maternal energy, a caretaker. And so whatever this new beginning is, I feel like it's something that you need to protect, something that you need to nurture and nourish. You have to be in the position to, when you're preparing your body for a baby, you're carrying something, you're carrying a seed. And so your body has to be able to accommodate that. And so this new beginning, this illumination, I talked about you making sure that you show up the way that you want it to end for you. So vibrating exactly in the way that you need. And that's preparing. That's making sure that you are ripe to carry whatever this next thing is for you. In the center, we have Five of Wands. And so this talks about conflict, battle, struggle, just things that are really squandering your energy. These are everything that happens is for our growth, but this seems to be a challenge, a struggle. And so this new beginning hasn't come easy. It was a struggle to get to this space, this point in time in which you are now. It felt like you were battling, right? But in order to free yourself and in order to break free of the old and step into the new, all of those struggles, all of those battles, all of those issues, whatever this conflict is for you, that was required and necessary for you to get to this space of advancement. We have the energy of the Queen of Swords, and this is about being logical, aware, being sharp and clear, direct, unafraid to speak and to say whatever the truth is, regardless of feelings. And it's not a malicious energy. It's not a malicious energy. It's not meant to cut, but swords do cut. Sometimes the truth cuts. And so this illumination is putting you in the energy of this Queen of Swords. You have the ability to see through the fog and make a decision, right? You have no problem. You're very decisive. And so when you're talking about the new beginnings and the conflicts and what you've endured, it will begin to make sense as to why this was necessary, as to why, this was required for you. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is about being self-sufficient, abundant, fruitful. And this is about what you have invested in your journey, and now your journey is returning the investments that you've made. And that is the High Priestess. This is the energy that you are stepping into in the High Priestess. This is what it would look like, the abundance, the wealth in knowledge. When we're talking about knowledge, the seed that you will be given, the information that is coming to you, what is available to you after this transformation puts you in this Nine of Pentacles. And you get there by way of understanding what fulfills your soul. And when you know what to feed your soul, when you know what your truth is, when you know what you desire, And when you're unafraid to use the wisdom and the gifts, and when you trust it and trust yourself, it looks like you have fulfilled. It looks like you are abundant, right? This is being independent, self-sufficient. You have fed yourself in the most pure way. Now, before you get to this space of, of having it all, right? Before you get to the after this is 10 of Pentacles, and that is the maximum when we're talking about wealth, abundance. That's legacy, that's generational wealth. And so being at the 9, what you now know, what you possess, what you understand can change your lineage from now until forever. So this is a pivotal time, and that's why what's coming to you is going to give you this insight, this clarity, this ability to use logic to see through all all situations that seem like blocks to your new beginning. You're going to be able to see through it. um, but before you got here, we have the 8 of Cups, and this is about needing to walk away and walking away from something that did not fulfill you emotionally. That is the transformation. When you can be honest with yourself and say, this is not it. I've invested all that I can, and I really thought that this would materialize into something, but truth be told, it's not. And so I'm grateful for the experience, but I know that there's more out there. And so it's hard, but it's necessary. And when you can do that and trust yourself, these 8 cups represent the old. You understand that the new is just beyond, and you're ready. You're ready for the journey. These 8 cups are old belief systems. They're old people. They're old habits. They're old places. They're old mindsets and ways of speaking. And, those 8 cups represent all the things that didn't feed you. You were carrying them because they were programmed into you by way of something, someone at some time, but they really authentically weren't you. Right? And so you're going to feed yourself, and you need to walk away and step away from what hasn't fed you. And that is the transformation, right? That this is the change that must be made. And it benefits you, but it isn't easy. And that energy comes after this 10 of Swords. This standstill, that's about healing. That's about reflecting. Right? And so after you're in these situations, this conflict, whatever these struggles were, whatever took your energy and seemed to just keep you in cycles, in loops, not being able to break free, ended up ended up overwhelming you to the point that you couldn't act. You couldn't, this is in one of the decks we have, it says everything is fine. Everything is fine. 10 is the end of a cycle. And so this energy passes and a new cycle begins with clarity, truth, understanding that will help us avoid these situations. These swords are moments when our intuition was speaking, our soul was speaking, but we weren't trusting, we weren't listening. And so every sword strengthens the connection you have with your voice from within. And so we need these 10 swords. Never do they feel comfortable, but they are necessary for us to make the changes that we need to make in life. And so overall, you're in the energy of birthing the Empress. You're creating, you're about to really establish something new. And so what are you being asked to do? You're being asked to heal. You're being asked to make a change. You're being asked to let things go in order to accept and to make peace, with all aspects of yourself. Beneath this 5, this new beginning, it was a struggle. It wasn't easy to get here. The journey has been tough. We have the energy of the King of Pentacles beneath it. And so you know, this is about wealth, abundance, somebody that you can trust, because in order to be somebody that's wealthy and stable and have this much abundance, it means that they were able to put the work in. They were consistent, right? They did the right thing with what they had to the point that they could maximize it. Their growth became exponential, right? That's this King of Pentacles, just really having it all and having something to show for the gifts that you have. And so happiness. Is happiness for you, this wealth? Is it being able to provide for self and family, to be a caretaker, to be somebody that's trustworthy? This is also the energy of the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold, but when you're operating in the truth of your soul, that is the only outcome that you should always expect. Is this King of Pentacles, when you are walking in your right, in your story, in your energy authentically, you will manifest, you will create, you will have plenty to show for what you have co-created in life. Now we have the Two of Swords. So before you got to this illumination, you were standing in the space of Two of Swords. This is being blocked, right? We can't make a choice from our heart or our soul if our heart is blocked. Or so these two arms across the chest, we can't see where to go or what to decide because we're not able to make a choice from the heart. What is stopping us? What are the obstacles? There's a ton of water behind this character. Water is about emotions. But if you notice, imagine that the water is the emotions. Well, what are the rocks? What do those represent? What are the wounds? What are you carrying in your heart space that are not allowing you to make this new decision? Those are blockages, right? Those are blockages within your heart that are stopping you from really seeing the possibility and the potential. And so you have the potential of this King of Pentacles energy, of really harvesting and creating wealth and abundance. You've got the Empress, and you've got the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. And so if this for you is about career and wealth and abundance and stability and security, it is well within reach, but it requires energetic shifts. And so, what do you need to do to get out of this space of indecision, of being at a split mind? Spirit is prompting you to take this illumination, take this Queen of Swords energy, and become the dreamer. Take a leap of faith. What was needs to be left behind, right? These blockages, you have to overcome them. You have to heal them. You have to balance them, right? Once you remove your emotions, you really can see the truth. You really can cut through the fog in order to advance self and make the necessary changes. I'm going to read the dreamer again. It says a new start. So we have new beginnings, we have new start, we have releasing old, right? So we're clear that this is something shifting and changing. We have the Empress, which is about abundance and birthing and creating, right? So we understand that this is new. We also have a Page of Pentacles. For the aces and the pages, that's like a seed, right? And what you do with that seed determines whether or not you have a flower or a weed, right? It determines how you harvest and nurture and grow and nourish it. And so you have to push your fears aside in order to look at this experience as a dream. You are about to walk through your dream, and it's your actual life. Your happiness is absolutely a part of this. You need to understand that you actually do have a seed. This Page of Pentacles, this is about, a new beginning, an opportunity, the potential. And you really looking at something and being like, wow, what can I do with this? Right? One, you can gain stability, but this seed also represents something that you are joyous about, something that you love to do, something that never would feel like work because it is something that you genuinely love, right? And so when we were talking about this Two of Pentacles, this being so focused on work and having to do so many things to keep our life going that we have neglected our own fun, this Page of Pentacles in the energy of youth, it's all about enjoyment and chasing the pleasures of our heart. And so that's that new space that you're in, but you have to choose it. You have to see it that way. You have to know that your wealth is at the end of this seed, but you've got to plant it. I mean, it's a flower or it's a weed or it's a plant or. And I'll reference the extra one, protection. No matter what it looks like or feels like, this is conflict, this is struggle, this is obstacle, challenge. No matter what it looks like, you are protected, right? What you're going through is necessary, but you are protected. Your new beginning is here, no matter what it looks like. But the standstill, the stagnancy, that was because you were transforming, and healing was required for that. Okay, sevens, I'm hoping something in here was helpful. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care.